Inosencio. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having us at your harvest dinner last week. We had a wonderful time.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys being there. It was very good of you to join us, and appreciate the photos. Look at that.
Yeah,
You look so good.
It was a very good photo. You did a great job. I think you can tell how passionate this organization has meant to you.
Yeah, I always say to people, when I started Grow Jackson, I never had the anticipation that it would scale to any kind of job, let alone what has turned into, my life's work, at least in my early time here back home. So I feel very lucky to get to work on something that I believe in and that I'm passionate about, and that I think is so important. So many young people get to be impacted by the cool work that we do, and that's a tremendous blessing.
Did you win any of the
I was going to ask, did I end up?
You did not.
Okay.
You got outbid on golf.
I bet on the Jackson High stuff.
Yes, I
too.
appreciate that. You actually lost to Senator Shink.
Okay.
Senator Shink picked up the garden basket and the J High basket.
Really?
Yes, they both. She was like kind of the dark horse. Just got there right at the end, I think.
Really?
So I actually got to let her know. I forgot to call
Wow,
her. So
amazing. Well, if she doesn't want that Jackson High stuff,
I will let her know. Let her know. It goes to the next bidder.
That's
sure.
right.
Oh, she's got those political slush funds she can
exactly, right.
And to burn off some of that extra
all
cash.
the extra fundraising that they did. No, she's always trying to invest in the Jackson. I mean, she's great. She's super supportive of our work and our organization, and she's a farmer. She's farmed before, and she really cares about the planet, so she sees the vision. I was just saying this morning, it's so great that we get to have an organization that, whether you care about the planet or you care about food access or you care about kids or you care about the community or life skills, like we have this really cool opportunity to do it all in that space. So it's a really easy organization to support, I think.
Yeah, you were able to share some of your success stories, and really one great way was through a video that you had one of your buddies make.
Yeah, Redwood Storytelling really helped us out. Stu Kale was incredibly generous with his time, and he helped us out last year as well. He really believes in the mission and the vision, and he's got kids at Lumen, and so they'll benefit from our programming there. And he really has helped me as a mentor and as a friend tell our story better, so we're thankful for that.
Well, you actually showed that video at the dinner, and we have it here.
Wonderful.
Let's take a look.
It kind of changes the way I think about food, because normally when I would just buy vegetables at the grocery store, it doesn't have the same kind of satisfactory level as eating something that I've grown myself. I'm excited to be able to pick the plants. I really think it's going to be cool, and especially for the kids, we're learning how to do it and how cool it's going to be, how we're starting to grow on that concept. And even if you haven't done it before, you can learn more about that kind of stuff.
The one thing that I do like about it is that it's hands-on. It is definitely way better than doing it only on paper or just reading up on it online. A lot of kids will get distracted, and if you have a group of friends who are hanging out at the table and they have to read something, they'll probably just talk the entire time rather than do the work. So when you have a group of friends who can go out and do hands-on things, they'll be more interested on the hands-on things and want to do that more better than being in a traditional science classroom and only doing it on paper or reading up on it online.
Just creating experiences that most of our kids would probably not normally have, with hands-on and really taking pride in their work and what they're doing out there and taking it from the classroom. Here's what all the classroom material means, and now we're seeing it every single day. Reaps the benefits and helps the community, and there's a lot of pride in that garden and what these kids are doing, and we love it.
I really like watching the kids just enjoy what they have grown and had a part in. And just to see their excitement. The first day they're always kind of hesitant, and a lot of the kids haven't really experienced this before. And then just to see their sense of pride and kind of this is my kale, it's my Brussels sprouts, my tomatoes, I had a part in making this happen. And especially because we do give everything back to the community, they also have a role in that we're teaching them to give back and to help make the world a better place.
Honestly, what it makes me feel is it makes me see into the future. It could make it easier for other people to get food and grow their own gardens. I honestly think it's a really helpful idea that we've had so far in the class. And one of the reasons I like the class really is just because we're helping others pretty much. So maybe later in life, I might buy a house and then make my own garden and grow my own food and crops and stuff like that. And if I do, I want to know what the best compost is to use and stuff like that. What'll grow quicker with what compost or whatnot.
I see this really expanding the horizons for the students to really step outside and really get more involved and get their hands dirty from planting, weeding, gardening. Maybe it's helping a grandparent start their garden, or it's helping, harvest, or different avenues like that. Or maybe it's going to spark interest to go into something in agriculture. There's lots of different avenues you can pursue with that kind of degree, or, studies in the future.
Our tagline is simple: you belong here. We've tried to create that and create a sense of belonging by creating opportunities like the Grow Jackson Garden. There's a sense of pride and belonging within that. And they know they have work to do. So they need to be here. They need to do what they need to do with their things in the garden and the prep. And it's just a really cool process to see from start to finish. And then now we're moving into the midway through the second semester you've been with us, and just seeing the different ways. And I think the students are allowed to do some critical thinking outside of the box though. So it's pretty awesome that we're able to participate with this.
I feel like we're actually getting the experience, and it's got more of a learning concept than just sitting in the classroom, because you can feel more of what's going on and see it. I really think that this will affect the community, and how this can affect like a family way too. Like, this could encourage people to grow more gardens by themselves and grow more food by themselves.
The aspect of that, we're also not only teaching students, how to be self-sufficient, how to, learn how to plant their own garden, grow their own food, but we're also teaching how to give back to the community of Jackson and help those that need help the most.
That beautiful young girl at the beginning, I know.
Yeah, you've met her before.
I have as my daughter, so she was honored to be in that. Thank you.
She's got great
much.
video presence. I
don't know.
must run in the family.
Must. So.
Like father, like daughter.
I guess so.
Like father, like son.
There you go.
There you go.
One of the things you hinted at your annual harvest dinner was what lays ahead, and it sounds like you've got some pretty ambitious plans for food access.
Absolutely. So we started with 2 gardens, growing food, giving it away. And since then, we've just tried to find creative strategies and effective strategies that increase the amount of fresh food people are consuming, right? So we work closely with kids, because those are the people that we can impact the most, we think. But in addition to education and kids getting involved in producing food, we want there to be structural and routine fresh food access right here in the heart of Jackson. And so we're working with Jackson County and other partners to try to bring what's called a farm stop to the city. And a farm stop is not a concept that we created. It's working really well in Ann Arbor and in Chelsea. Their model is for profit. We will be a nonprofit, so we'll be able to offer prices that are more aligned with what folks here in Jackson are normally expecting. But the thinking is that we can source products locally. And so instead of eating at the big box stores and always being able to get a tomato and always being able to get an avocado, you're going to eat apples that are seasonal and from a farmer down the road. And then you're going to eat kale and Brussels sprouts and cabbage and spinach that's seasonal, but from a farmer down the road. And so we're really excited to support the local food economy, expand fresh food access in the community, and do it in a way that promotes those small farms and promotes opportunities for our families here in Jackson.
Yeah, to some people it may sound simple. Well, you just go to the grocery store and do this and that. A lot of the kids that you're working with, it's the first time those vegetables have been tried, eaten, or heard about.
Absolutely. Most of the kids we work with haven't had a blackberry, haven't had a raspberry, haven't had a bell pepper, right? They've had the apple, they've had the carrot, the things that are in the school lunch. But beyond, there's a lot of really beautiful and delicious foods that kids just haven't gotten a chance to experience, right? Either they go to the grocery store and their family's walking past them because their parents don't eat them, or they're not going to the same grocery store on a consistent basis. Or they're going to a party store or Dollar General. Right? It ebbs and flows. The kids we work with have been to grocery stores, but it's not always that's their consistent space for procuring food. So we're trying to bring more fresh food downtown. It will actually support the farmers market. We'll get a chance to partner with those farmers so that if you're a farmer at the farmers market, you can also have an account with us a few blocks away, and we can support the farmers market. And then on a day like today, when there's no farmers market, we can walk in and buy something that's seasonal, that's local, and that is returning way more of your and mine dollar to the people in our community. You buy an apple today from Meyer, the farmer, whoever grew that apple, gets about 14 cents of the dollar that we spend. Under this model, that farmer will get 70 cents, and that dollar will stay right here in the community and support someone you know, support someone who's trying to run a small business, growing on land right here in our space. So
Significant.
we're really excited about getting to localize the food system and work closely with our partners to expand that access.
So is it Agricole in Chelsea that you're talking
It's
about?
Agricole in Chelsea, yeah. So Agricole in Chelsea, Argus in Ann Arbor, they're both really fantastic models. They've been super supportive. They've kind of shared their playbook and have continued to check in and see what we need and what's next. So we're really excited. We're starting to talk to a contractor about the inside space. The county's improvements to the building that they're using are coming along. And so we're working with trying to get grants at MDARD. We're going to begin to go after private dollars at the start of next year because we need to raise money to build out our coolers and our freezers. But we really believe that the community wants fresh food, wants to support the local economy, and wants to be able to eat well. So we're trying to bring that.
What's it going to be?
Which way?
Where's it going to be?
Right over here in the county building, inside the walls of the old prison, next to Art 634. So there's a bus stop right there. There's living right there. We'll definitely need to work really creatively on driving people there. So we're going to really be excited about our marketing plan in 2025. But yeah.
Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
Tomatoes botanically a fruit.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, I
but
just
fruits
wondered.
come from flowers.
Okay.
So if
Very
a
good.
flower gets pollinated and produces something, that's a fruit. A vegetable is a part of a plant.
I had like a 7-year-old correct me on that once when I was out of town at a dinner party.
Well, Congress thinks it's a vegetable, but botanists think it's a fruit. So it's really neither here nor there. We should be eating fresh, whole foods.
There you go.
Brandon, will that change your taking your tomatoes off sandwiches now? Or
Completely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, now put them back on.
Yeah, put them back on.
nice. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Rick.
You can support their mission, visit their social media and website as well, and you can Venmo a gift as well
Yeah.
to Grow Jackson. Jacob and Inosencio. More of the morning show after this.